All right, guys, just wanted to do a handful of updates for you guys. I was going to break these up into different videos for different platforms, but I figured, you know what, let me just get everything in and just get it out of the way. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about Wise, the price of Wise as we move into the last 2 weeks of this pre-sale. I mean, time is moving very, very fast, guys. It was just yesterday that the pre-sale wasn't even started yet. And now we are in the last 14 days of this pre-sale before everything goes live and we get to stake our Wise token. I'm also going to talk a little bit about Axion and then give you just a quick 60-day review of QubitTech since I've been in for 2 months now. I may do a separate video either tonight or tomorrow on QubitTech. But really, to be honest, there's really not much to go over. It's a working platform doing what it's supposed to be doing. Nothing major to report other than it's working, right? But we'll touch on it real quick, and then I'll touch a little bit on Beurax as we have about 6 days left until I get my initial deposit back. So that being said, guys, I'll go into all these things. Before I do that, I do want to remind you that everything you do in crypto, whether it's getting involved with a staking platform, jumping into a smart contract, a matrix, anything, even just holding crypto, it's going to be risky, guys. So do your own research. Do your own due diligence. Obviously, I'm not giving you any type of financial advice. You need to make sure you're okay with the risk. And if you have the temperament and the stomach for the risk, only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Okay, risk capital, because you can lose some or even all of your funds. So if you're not okay with that, best not to jump in, okay? Also follow me on Telegram. I will leave a link for that underneath this video. Jump onto our newsletter if you'd like. I'll leave a link for that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon. You guys know what to do. So that being said, let's jump right into it. Before I go into Wise and the reservations, guys, I do want to touch on real quick QubitTech. It's been about 2 months now that I've been in. You can see here we've earned about just under 50% of our digital license, right? We still have a whole 200+% to go. So the way these digital licenses work is you can purchase a digital license, you'll earn 250% total ROI. And then if you want to go back in and renew your digital license or upgrade to another digital license, you can go ahead and do that if you want to. Now, if you don't want to wait till you finish your 250%, you can have multiple digital licenses working at the same time. So again, there's really nothing to stop you from going back in and compounding. Again, my point being, you don't have to wait till the digital license is expired, okay? There is a network marketing component to this if you want to build it out. It's a binary structure, very, very lucrative, very, very aggressive. There's people in the company that are making crazy money, like $25,000 daily. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen for you. I'm just saying that there are people doing that are, big time builders, building monster teams. And because of the affiliate plan, they're making a killing with QubitTech. Now, if you want to be totally passive, you can certainly do that as well. You can see the daily report here. You can follow this on Telegram, but it also shows you in the back office what the daily payouts look like. As you can see, they do range. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. 0.72% is what we're going to get today. Yesterday was 0.83. The day before that was 0.52. Day before that was 1.05. Day before that was 0.48, 0.64, 1.17. So you can see it does go up and down. Me, I'm not really too concerned with the daily payout. As long as I get my 250% on my digital license, I'll be okay with that. Now, one thing you need to understand with this platform, guys, is when you make a deposit, it does get swapped over to USDT, as you can see here. So if Bitcoin does go up, or Ethereum, depending on what you deposited, because you can deposit Bitcoin or Ethereum, if it goes up, you're not going to be able to ride those gains because your deposit is, swapped over to USDT. But on the other hand, if Bitcoin or Ethereum takes a dip or goes down, you're protected from that because, like I said, it's transferred over to USDT. So it's a double-edged sword, two sides of the same coin. For me, I'm not really overly concerned about that as long as we can hit our 250%. Let's talk a little bit about Beurax, this one here. I think it's definitely more on the riskier side of things, okay, because there's really not too much transparency. But to be fair, everything here is risky, right? So, if one is high risk and the other one is risky, I mean, it's the same. It's not really, it's not a deal breaker for me. But this one here, you do earn 1.4% for 20 days. At the end of those 20 days, you'll be able to withdraw. You can withdraw your profit along the way, but you'll be able to withdraw your initial deposit back. All right. So you can see here my deposit. I have 6 days left. Once that 6 days over, I can withdraw my initial 0.05 BTC. Now, in the plan that I have, I'm getting 1.4% for 20 days. There are other plans that pay up to 3% per day. And again, you can withdraw your daily profits. And then at the end of the term of your package, that's when you can withdraw your initial deposit. So again, only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. This one's definitely on the risky side of things. But, as long as I can hit my 6 days, the next 6 days, that'll be my 20th day. I'll be able to withdraw my initial seed capital. So that's what's going on with Beurax. Axion, real quick. Price of Axion, you can see right here, it's taking a little bit of a dip. They're talking over on their Telegram. They're getting ideas from the community on how they can increase that. I haven't really jumped into their Discord in a bit. I'll probably do that sometime later today to see what's going on. But as far as the staking is concerned, I do have another stake that that matured. Here's what the auction looks like. So towards the end of this week, this is the every week they do a big they put in a bunch of Axion in here. There'll be 4.2 billion Axion up for grabs later this week. And as far as the stakes goes, you can see here, just an update on my stakes. I have 154. I had one stake that matured, as you can see, so it was a 20 million Axion stake. So right now I have 154 million. It was 174, I think. In any case, I have 154 million staked, and I've earned so far just under 9 million Axion in interest. This one here, this 20 million stake, it was only a month-long stake. It just ended, and I earned 1.3 million Axion on that. So I'm going to withdraw that. Let me see what, man, the fees are crazy here, $20. I want to speed it up 22. Let me do this later. What I've noticed is, and again, I don't know if it's pure coincidence or not, but my time zone, towards the end of the day, like afternoon, early evening, the gas fees are quite lower. So I'll go ahead and unstake, or not unstake, it's already withdrawn, but yeah, I'll unstake this later, and then I'll take that very same principle and just simply restake for another 30 days. I do have 30, 60, and 90-day stakes. As you can see here, here's the breakdown of all my stakes. But yeah, I'm not really selling Axion at this point because of the price. Why sell it for a loss? At this point, I'm just going to stake it, earn Axion on top of Axion, and see if the price goes up down the road, which I think it will. But we'll see. Again, nothing guaranteed. So that being out of the way, guys, going to put in another stake for Axion later on. Let's talk a little bit about why the reservation days are getting pretty packed. Let me refresh this real quick. All right, so there's just under 38,000 Ethereum that's already been sent. Look at these reservation days. Let me see what last couple of days have looked like. It's been pretty packed, as you can see here. So early on, I think there was 1 or 2 whales that came in. As you can see here, these days were pretty big. 1,469 ETH. That was day 6. Day 7 was 1,535 ETH. So for about a week, there was a bunch of ETH that was going in. Then it kind of slowed down a little bit. As you can see here, some of these days, these are random days, so I could see why there was a little bit less. Some of these fixed days still had over 1,000, but you could see it was definitely slowing down just a little bit. 956, 902 ETH on this fixed day on day 20, 905. This was the day that was crazy. As you can see here, we see starting on day 28, the fixed day started to pump again, right? 1,119 ETH. Even this random day had over 1,000. This fixed day had 1,253. And then we look at the last 3 days. This was a random day. Man, a lot less wise went in here compared to a fixed day. 11, but still 1,100 ETH. But I think people looking at these red and orange days and seeing that there's less wise going in, it's making people pile into or FOMO into these green days. At least that's what I think is happening. If you look at day 32, 1,394 Ethereum. Yesterday was a red day, a random day. Now, luckily, there was more than 5 million wise. Compared to like a fixed day 5 million, there was 6.2 million wise, but yet there was 1,094 Ethereum, guys. So that was still a pretty big day, definitely a huge day, considering that it was a red day. But look at today, guys. Today is another fixed day, day 34, 5 million wise up for grabs, and there is there's over 8 hours left until this day closes, and there's already 1,111 Ethereum. So this is going to be a monstrous day again. All of that just to say, what am I trying to say? It's going to get more and more expensive the more you wait, guys. So, I mean, if you want to get in on these fixed days are going to start getting crazy. I'm not saying, I'm not saying what you should do with your money. Do what you want to do. It's up to you. But it's just going to get, I think it's just going to get more and more bigger. And especially towards the end, when people start to FOMO in and they start realizing, oh my gosh, there's only a few fixed days left. These last couple of days are going to be monstrous, in my opinion. Especially these last 2 days. The last 2 days of a pre-sale, people are going to FOMO in. They're going to be pretty big. So either, if you continue to wait, and again, I don't do whatever you want to do, but either you're going to be forced to jump into one of these fixed days that's going to be these monster Ethereum days, or you're going to be forced to jump into one of these random days or even these red days, which I'm not saying couldn't be profitable, but it definitely is taking a big risk here, because you look at the range here, you can get anywhere from everyone on that day will be divvying up either 1 to just under 10 million wise, right? So, yeah, it's definitely, the last 2 weeks of this is going to be pretty exciting. We're going to see what happens here. Obviously the people that came in early, like I came into this very, very beginning of the pre-sale. So we were able to catch a lot of these more profitable days where there was a lot less Ethereum. Now, as we start to move into the last 2 weeks, this is going to get pretty big, I think. But that being said, even though it's still big compared to the rest of the previous days in the pre-sale, in the overall scope of things, it's still going to be a huge, it's still going to be a major deal, right? Because, as this goes on to Uniswap, and we start staking this, 3 months into 2021, 6 months, 9 months into 2022, I mean, the price of Wise can be 10x, even 100x. So even if you're getting it at some of the more quote unquote expensive prices in the pre-sale, the overall scheme of things, it's still going to be very cheap because you're still in the pre-sale compared to people that are going to get this 6 months down the road and buy it on Uniswap, right? At least that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, very, very cool stuff, guys. Super excited. December 31st, this thing goes live as far as us getting our coins, our tokens, and then we'll be able to stake our tokens for passive income into 2021. And yeah, if you haven't seen the PDF presentation, guys, get your hands on it. I think some of you guys already have seen this before, but it just gives you a breakdown on Wise, why it's protected, why it's safe, right? No admin keys. Some of you guys have already seen this before. Wise is resistant to downside price dumps because 90% of users money gets locked into the Uniswap Wise Ethereum pair. Maximum price correction, 75% if 100% is sold. Price floor increases from transaction fees daily, and liquidity can't be removed. So again, there is a floor on this, a locked floor, which is powerful. And then here it just talks about why Wise is sustainable long term, why it's scalable, and why it can be, why it can be a long term, very profitable play. Of course, no guarantees or anything like that. But very, very interesting compared to everything else that's out in the market today. So yeah, things are going really, really well, guys. Get your hand on this PDF if you haven't already. And if you want to get a 10% bonus on your reservation, I'll leave a link down below. Make sure you use a referral link so you get a 10% bonus. And yeah, look at these days and figure out what your strategy is and get in if you want to get in on this pre-sale. So very, very exciting times, guys. That's pretty much it. Again, jump into our Telegram. I'll leave a link for that down below. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, guys. And that's pretty much about it. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of some transactions here. I'm definitely going to be going more into the last couple of days. And yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing a deposit here on this video, but let me figure out what my strategy is, and I'll make a deposit. Other than that, guys, I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Talk to you soon. Peace.